Hey guys, so something a little bit different today. I'm just going to be producing something off the cuff, not really thinking about it, no preparation, just kind of riffing. So here it is. Yeah, hope you guys enjoy it and learn something, or you're just following along. I'm going to be mixing this type of content in with other tutorials, so stay tuned for that. Alright guys, just before I get into the tutorial, I'd just like to let you guys know that I do have a set of online assets that you guys can download. It's mainly Photoshop mockups, and it's just meant to help elevate your work and just take it to that next level of professionalism. You can go check out my Gumroad in the description. Everything is free and publicly available for you guys to use and take advantage of. So yeah, let's get into the tutorial. So, right, let's delete everything. Let's add a little split here. I'm gonna add a geometry nodes, a section. I'm gonna add a plane, delete that. Okay, so I want to play around with this string to curves node. I'm gonna plug that in there, like pull this up a little bit. So, okay, let's add a fill curve. We can actually see that and just add a typeface. Okay, let's add a value to string node. This one's really powerful. And let's look at our inputs. So if we go and our scene time, I wonder what inputs we can actually use. There's quite a few here. That's probably not going to do anything. Maybe that's not going to do anything. That's obviously not going to do anything. I wonder if that's not going to... Okay, that's interesting. Maybe if we go on our input and grab a object info, maybe a position, that would be great. That's not going to do anything, but it's a shame. Okay, and maybe in my own time I could look at ways of adding more inputs. I also want to be playing around with the sine function. So if we plug this into here and we input there, we can see it's just oscillating. And if we multiply this, so if we add another math node, if I just save this, we just add another math node and multiply by like 5, you can see it oscillates. And if we even use the tangent, we get something crazy. So I think it would be cool to play with these things and maybe even use the same function as the value to kind of create an offset. So if we have a grid, for example, and plug that in here, and if we set the position and then plug this in, what happens? Okay, so let's increase this to something like 32, and let's make this like 10. And if we add a noise texture, oh no, let's add a gradient texture. Let's see what happens in the offset. And if we go to spherical, okay, so what we need to do is we just move this across a little bit. We need to add a math node, and we need to divide it by, we need to subtract it by 1. No, why is it? Maybe if we add a vector and plug that in there, and then that in there, and then if we subtract 0.5, it's on an angle. Okay, that seems to have done something. So we just want to extrude it. Oh, I see. So yeah, we just want to extrude it on the z-axis. So okay, if we then plug this into another set position, or maybe if we multiply this by in there, it's doing the whole thing. So okay, let's do 1 there. And then what happens if I add another set position here and then just plug this in like so? Okay, why don't we try this, but with vectors this time? So if we grab a tangent and then we plug this into the scene time, and then we multiply this by 5, so we multiply everything. Or let's just try it on the z-axis. If we but just kind of move all of this and then plug that into the offset. Okay, so we want this to kind of delay across everything. So it looks like it's applying the same thing to every vertex. So we need some sort of like gradient texture that we can then maybe, if we then multiply this, okay, maybe if we add a sine texture, do we have that? Maybe not a sine, a ring. What kind of textures do we have? We have a wave texture, that's what we need. So if we get rid of that and then plug that in there, that's doing something cool, right? So if we go rings and then maybe let's go like that, maybe we don't want any distortion, spherical, and let's just drop all the detail like so, and just kind of drop the scale loads basically. There we are. See, that's kind of cool. So I guess the more we add, the better it's gonna be. Yeah, but then we need to instance across in a nice way. Okay, let me save this, and if I now distribute points on faces, let's see what happens. So let's move this up here and move that up here, and let me just go like here maybe. Let's plug that there. I think this is gonna be fine. Yeah, so we got some points, move's kind of cool. We just plug that into the another instance on points node, and then do that. What happens? Whoa, okay, that's a bit laggy. So if we go into rendered view now, it's going to take a while. There's a lot of stuff happening there. And if we then set material here and then just drag and drop that in, and select the default material and then turn that to emission, and if we made the world black as well. So I think if we just do sec, that's gonna, okay, let's remove the multiply here maybe, and let's do like something like that, and then we can just like reduce the scale of the instance basically. And we can also drop the intensity, for we don't need that many things. If we do Poisson disk as well, drop the intensity, something like that. Let's also scale this. What is going on here? Let's plug this back in. So that's way too big. So we need to reduce the scale massively. Yeah, okay. Plug that in there. Plug that in there like that. I think we can even drop this intensity more. Okay, go back in here. Turn that off as well. Let's also extrude. Let's extrude the mesh ever so slightly, just so we get something a bit decent. Like, I just had a thought. Let's do 64, and let's just instance some points. That looks so much better. That looks so much better. Let's do like 16 then. Like 32. Yeah, that's the one.
Today we're going to learn how to make any object, like a text, face always the camera in Blender. For instance, and select the camera.
Okay, so if we add a camera now, and we just zoom out a little bit and just lock ourselves to that camera, and why don't we actually just zoom in a bit, and if we go on the camera settings, import display, turn that up. Okay, so if we drop this in, we drop that in, and then add an align rotation to vector, and then plug that into the rotation, and then we can plug the location into the vector and the rotation into there, and then what should happen is that it's always facing the camera. Okay, that's pretty simple. I thought it was going to be more tricky than that. Great. I think we need to make this more simple, this text. I think just a single, yeah, and maybe if we add a random value, or can we right here, plug that into scale, what happens? Oh yeah, let's map the range. Let's also let's just plug this, and let's just let me just drag this down like so, and we just go like that there, and then I can plug that in. That is really scrappy. I don't really do this that often, but yeah, I guess you get the idea. So if we map the range now, map range, and then we just increase the second one, something like 2. Oof, yes. And what happens if we use Sine? Let me save this. Sine. Oh, we still get the same thing. Oh, it's just the value. But let's try. Yeah, it just does that. That is so nice. Okay, that's pretty cool. I think now we can just kind of like animate the camera so it starts like here maybe. Yeah, can start like that. So we just go, and then we can kind of go across somewhere like here, I think. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Nice. All right, I think I prefer the camera just, I think I just prefer the camera like flying through, I think. Okay, and I guess that's it. Yeah, a bit of a different one today, but hopefully you've enjoyed the tutorial, and yeah, let me know what you think about this type of video. I just know you guys really like typography and Blender, and yeah, it's tricky to do a tutorial. You know, I want to mix up my tutorials. I do enjoy doing different things, so hopefully this one's been good for you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.